Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. The podcast. Sorry, our YouTube video, and I'm used to like saying that. Welcome back to our channel. So what's up, girly? We're sitting on my mattress in my room. I'm so excited. Doesn't it look good? Like straight up. Like the vibe so far in it like is nice.
It's a little bit gloomy. Like
I'm
into black. Like there's some dead roses on her.
It's not dead. They're black.
They're dead.
They're dead and black. But I kind of like the aesthetic of that, to be honest. So weekly events. Let's see. My week.
I feel like this week. Sorry. I feel like this week a lot of shit happened.
My week was going very great until I got a phone call the other night, and it really.
Oh my god.
Really
okay.
threw me off.
You need to say it.
Basically, I got like a prank call. It wasn't even a prank call because I knew who it was after they hung up. Like I have a very sturdy idea of who it is. Not sturdy. I have a very strong idea of who it is. So I get a call. I was in a great fucking mood this whole week. I was about to meditate. I felt so bad for myself. Like I was about to meditate and I was doing the outline for the podcast. And then I get a phone call from No Caller ID, and my friends were like, why would you pick up No Caller ID? And I usually don't, but I'm getting a whole bunch of packages from my room from No Caller ID, like the delivery people, and like parcels. I'm like, okay, maybe I forgot like something, or maybe it's someone that that I ordered from and I forgot. So I answer the phone, and long story short, like, I don't know why I stayed on the phone after I didn't know who it was, but they started literally bashing me, like, literally bullying me on the phone. Like, I was, like, shook. I don't know why I didn't hang up. You know when you just want to keep hearing it, so you just stay on the phone, because you want to hear what they say?
Well, I'm sorry. If someone called me and started calling me a bunch of names, I would have been, like, shook. I would have been like, sorry.
Yeah, so you know what to do. Now, I didn't prepare for a phone call. After I hung up, I'm like, I should have said this, that, and this, because I knew who the person was after. But anyways, are you like 2? Like, are we grade fucking 10? I don't even think kids these days prank call anymore. Like, it's not a thing. And
I'm trying to think of what I would do. My face would just be like, what the
And you're however old you are, literally calling me on No Caller ID.
Yeah, like, this person is older than Fran. Let's just put it that way.
If it's who I think it is. Which
yeah.
I really think it is this person. Like, and then they called my friend too, bashing me. Like, what the like
on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, like,
talk about getting in your feels.
Like, what did I do to this person?
Do you think they listen to this?
No, definitely not. But this person is so irrelevant in my life. What did I do to you that you literally hate me that much that you're bashing me?
I feel like we should just like move on. Like, not even like give any more.
I'm not, but like, anyways, embarrassing on their part. So I don't really give a shit.
Another confrontation we had was yesterday.
Oh, the bike guy.
Yo, did we tell the bike story?
I don't like people downtown.
Yo, did we tell the bike story about Dad and his car?
No, I don't think so.
Did we tell that story?
Mm-mm. Yeah, okay. But that wasn't like his fault. Like the bike.
Okay, we're not gonna tell that story. So we're freaking driving, right? We're trying to find like a certain place, right? We're following my dad in his car, and we were trying to find this place downtown that my dad was trying to show us. So we weren't sure like where we were going, kind of. So we kind of pulled over to the side. Like this was on like Richmond Street, like one of the side streets. No, it wasn't. That side street.
I mean, there's a lot of construction going on.
There's construction. Like, we understand you couldn't park there. We weren't parking there. We're just stopped for a sec. Fran had to, like, calibrate herself where she was going. And, like, you know when you get flustered and you're like, okay, I need to pull over? Fran did that. I'm not joking. Literally 0.005 seconds after she pulled over,
It was actually so quick.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know where this mother effer came from. He comes to... I was sitting on the passenger side.
You know what he looked like? Pedro from Pedro. I say it like that, Pedro from Nacho Libre. I can't roll my R's. It's so embarrassing. Just cut that whole part.
No. Say Libre. Just say it.
Libre.
See?
Nacho Libre. No, but Nacho Libre.
No.
Like I'm like to say, I want to name my kid Alessandro. He goes, please don't. You don't even know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, she wants to name it Alessandro, but like
Alessandro.
She wants to like
Alessandro.
She wants people to pronounce it like Alessandro.
You can't even do it.
Alessandro. Well, can I do it?
We sound so munchkin.
Alessandro.
Okay, anyways, just keep going.
Anyways, so this guy pulls up to my window. I just wish you guys could see my face imitating this person. He was just like knocking on it like this. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, doing the motion to roll down my window. I'm like, I'm not fucking rolling down my window for you to talk in my face without a mask on. I don't know where you've been. So I was like, I'm not rolling down my window. Like, who are you? He's like, you can't stop here. I'm calling the police. I'm like, okay. I was literally like being so like, I was being a little bit like bitchy condescending, you know, when you're like, okay, yeah, okay, like I was being like that. I was like, okay,
I realized in those situations, like I have like really bad anger management. No, but I like even when people cut me off, and that guy cut me off and he was looking at me, I was like, what do you want to do? Like, I can't.
That's like not good. You can't have road rage.
Dude, I'm like, yeah, wow.
In the moment, I was just kind of like, okay. But then he's like standing there, and then he goes to my dad's car in front of us, and I'm like, oh god. That's when I was just like, oh my god, now this guy's gonna tell my dad to move. My dad like knows the streets of downtown like at the back of his hands, right? He like grew up there. He's always there. He like knows that you can't park there. We're just recalibrating ourselves, and we weren't even fucking parking there. So he goes up to my dad's window, and that's when I get cheesed, because I'm like, oh my god, now this guy's just gonna make it a thing. And now my dad saw him come up to our window, and he's probably like, who the hell are you talking to my daughters? So then I'm like, shit. So then this guy takes out his phone and starts like recording our cars. That's when I get cheesed. Because it's like, you are like, really?
Yeah,
like,
but
you're just so annoying.
Quick.
Fran, I was like, Fran, just go. Because I didn't want to deal with it. I don't know why I thought a cop was going to come around the corner and arrest us for stopping there. Fran drives away. Not drives fully away, but like kind of drives a little bit further. And then I got re-mad. And then I got out of my car and started taking a picture of him.
What's that gonna fucking do? Like, really?
I don't know.
I was your phone, like a random picture of him.
Yeah, I was trying to scare him, and then he was like looking at me taking a picture of him and my dad at the same time. Our cameras were pointed at him, and he was just kind of like, oh. And it was so funny because there was someone directly behind me, like kind of in front of this guy I was taking a picture of, but directly behind me. I'll try and share the picture if I can. And he looks at me. He's like, wait, what? What did I do? I was like, no, I'm not taking a picture of you.
Okay.
I felt so bad. Anyways, it was just a big week full of just confrontations.
People are downtown and just so annoying to drive.
Okay,
around.
no offense with that guy. You cut him off, Fran. She was in between two lanes
for 2 seconds, Sam. It was literally 2 seconds.
Yeah, okay. He was a little bit excessive.
And then he was like driving beside me at like cruise mode, like staring like into my eyes. I was like, what? Like, I'm not scared of you. And I was like, what?
Yeah, and he was just like, okay, I'm not dealing with this
what
crazy
the hell is this girl doing? Yeah, but anyways, it was pretty embarrassing.
Eventful.
Speaking of embarrassing, I haven't told Sam the story, Kate. I can't remember specific moments in my life, or like if someone were to ask me what's like your favorite childhood memory or most embarrassing moment, I can't remember it. Like, I have really bad memory.
Same. I only remember if I see a reference.
Yeah, or like a trigger. So I saw a trigger, which was TikTok, and it was like, you're a stage 5 clinger if you ever use these websites, and www.matchourbabies came up, and I was like, I thought I was the only one who did this. So basically, I don't know if I told Sam this, but basically it was in high school, grade 9. Most probably embarrassing moment of my life. You know when you're in grade 9 and like you're in a new environment and you're like, oh my god, these cute boys, like you're trying, like you're just kind of fishing out like who's there, and you have crushes on like a bunch of people because it's a new like environment, right, from grade 8 or whatever. So me and my friends in a group chat one night before this event happened, we're sending our faces. It wasn't like seriously, it was a joke, but we're sending our faces with people we thought were like cute or our crushes on matchourbabies.com, and basically it's where you take a picture of him and a picture of you, and it like makes your baby like a fake baby. And some of them were so ugly, and like we're like, oh,
like they're not accurate at all.
Yeah, like they're just for jokes, right? So I sent one in of me and my crush at the time who I had like infatuation with, like obsessed. Like it was really, I can't think he knew. Oh, well, after this he definitely knew. So so whatever. So it's on my Safari. Okay, we're like cool, like fun times. We go to school, we're in like the caf, you know, when everyone just sits together at the big table. Thank God this guy wasn't there, but all of his friends were there. So this guy grabs my, and he was like popular, this guy. He was very well known. He knew all the guys. Like, he was very close friends with this guy. So it was a worst.
So this guy that grabbed your hand was...
Grab my phone.
Grabbed your phone is the same, is the guy... Wait, sorry.
It's
the guy that grabbed your phone...
Was best friend.
Was the best friend of the guy that you did match our babies.
Yes.
To.
So he goes, Fran, like, let me see your phone, like, joking around. I'm like, okay, here you go. He goes on Safari, and...
But why would he go, like, that? Why is that? I would never just go on Safari, like...
I don't know, I don't know. And matchourbabies.com pops up with the picture of and the picture of me and our baby together. And in front of everybody, he looks at me, and, like, he, like, stopped for a moment. He's probably like, what the fuck?
He's probably, like, not wanting to embarrass you.
No, he did, straight up. He was like, why is... and your face on matchourbaby.com? Like, why is your baby here?
And was that guy in your class?
It was at lunch. But
Was he there?
All of his friend group was there except for him. And all my friends. And I remember Mel looked at me. She was like, I can't help you. Like, I can't. And I literally was like, oh, Sam,
in grade 9 too? That's
I was so bad. I literally got so red. And I grabbed my phone. I was like, what do you do? I'm like, no, it was like a joke. Like Mel did it in class. And I was like, yeah. And I don't know if he told him or not. I'm pretty sure he did because that guy literally hated, like, he would run away from me. Like,
really?
Yeah, he, like, thought I was a psycho. Anyways, that's my most embarrassing story.
I don't have one. I'll have one for next week. I have to think about it. Or, like, it has to, like, just come to me.
That was literally my most embarrassing story of my life.
Another time.
Did you guys used to do, like, prank wars on each other's cars?
Oh, my God.
Mommy's car, like...
Oh, my God.
Did you take Alexis to school?
Yeah.
Yeah, that car went through hell and back. Sam took it for grade 12 because you had a late birthday, so you only took it for grade 12. I had it for grade 11 and 12.
Dude.
So 3 years, and it went through hell.
I came out one day, and as a joke, this person put garbage all over my car.
But he liked you?
Yeah. Like,
That's
we
a
liked
great way
each
of
other.
showing.
And I walked out, and everyone was laughing. Because they're like, oh, haha. And I actually did not find it funny at all. Like, and I'm usually a trooper. Like, I'll usually laugh. Like, I don't care.
I was threw it at him.
Freaking cheese. I was like, yo, this is my mom's car. There's, like, ketchup on it. Like,
Ew.
just garbage. That
I remember that. And you take it to the car wash.
Don't you remember? I was taking you home. You were in grade 9. I was in grade 12.
Maybe that did happen. Maybe I do.
I was pissed.
I remember it ketchup stain or something.
Yeah, there was ketchup on it.
Oh my god, yes. And then you got ketchup in like the crease of like, the window, and like wouldn't come out. Mommy spazzed.
Yeah, I was pissed, dude. I was like, yo, this isn't even funny.
One time I walked down, there's whipped cream all over the car.
One time I had my G1. I was driving this guy's car, and he was like kind of like teaching me how to drive. I guess he was like letting me drive. This was in high school, and his friends were in this parking lot that we were driving in, so like I kind of wanted to like impress them too and be like, oh, like look, like I can drive, I'm sick. So I accidentally slammed on the brakes, but the car was in reverse, and I backed up into a dumpster. Don't you remember that?
No.
And he was so like, it's funny now, but in the moment I was, obviously it's not funny because like he had to pay for it, like it was his parents' car. For it? No. He was so pissed. I remember this vivid as day. And then, like, the friends were laughing. And then they all called me dumpster. People were calling me dumpster for a bit because the whole school knew. Yeah, yo. They just told everyone, like, Sam backed up into a dumpster. Like, it was so embarrassing.
So we're going to take a dive into something here that I feel strongly about. So my friend sent me these pictures.
Just to preface this is a little bit of a politically controversial topic, which we don't usually like to go on about here, but
I don't care anymore.
Like we said in our 2020 last episode of 2020, we are going to try and we're going to try and be firm in our opinions and not feel sorry about talking about things.
Listen, the only reason why I don't like talking about politics or like controversial topics because sometimes I feel like I'm uneducated on them because I don't talk about them so much. So I feel like people are gonna be like, "You're wrong," or "What a stupid opinion."
I don't feel like I'm uneducated. I just feel like I don't know every. Well, I guess that's uneducated. Like I don't know every side of it. Like I'm ignorant to some sides of it because like people for the most part that we're friends with have the same views as us. You know what I mean? So like I haven't had the opportunity really to like go out there and like talk to people with completely different views as me. So I don't really know the other side. That's why sometimes I feel weird talking about things that I don't totally know, and I feel like some people are going to listen to this and like be like, what the fuck, no. But you know what, at the same time, it's okay if people are listening to this and they disagree with us. That's kind of the whole point of the podcast.
So basically, I saw something on Instagram. I followed this girl, and you know, I would aimlessly just like her post because I wasn't really interested in what her posts were about. So I would just aimlessly, when you just scroll and you aimlessly like it. Until my friend like screenshotted a picture of her post and was like, do we realize what we're even liking? And I usually don't get angry about these kind of things because it's kind of like, it doesn't really affect me, so I don't care. But I realize it does affect me. Like, I'm a woman, so it affects me. And basically, it's this topic of, like, traditionalism and about how, like, God created woman to be a man's... This is, like, her words. I'm not, like... This is, like, what was said. Like, I'm not paraphrasing. God created woman to be his glory and bring him pleasure and bring him food at home and bear his children. And me and my friend were like, okay, so basically like a slave to like the man, like just 1920s like traditionalism point of view, which I'm like, okay, fine, like post what you want to post. But then she goes on to saying, then Eve was created for Adam, not Adam for Eve. Women were created to be helpmates and helpmates only. Like, and I was like, what the fuck? And me and my friend were like, what is she posting? And then that was one thing. And then she goes, this is like,
she's very into like
this is her words
these
though.
People
Like she's
are
typing
very
it and
into
making
like
it quotes.
these people are very into like homemaking, like the woman as the homemaker.
Okay, she's very Christian. She's like
that's why
Christian.
this is touchy, because this goes back to like religion, her religious views. It's deep rooted in religious views.
Then she goes on. Then like the posts were like, abortion is murder. To say my body is my choice to say my body my choice is an excuse to kill an innocent child, and is quite absurd. Absurd. No, whatever. And then I blocked her after that.
I have no problem with people expressing their religious views on Instagram. You know, people are Muslim, they're Christian, they're Catholic, they're Orthodox, they're whatever they are. Like, that's just kind of like rules to live by, like general guidelines to live by. And some are way more traditional and religious than others. Like, me and Fran are Catholic. Like, I mean, I don't want to get too into this. Like, I believe in God, but do I necessarily practice Catholicism?
We like read between the lines. It's not like we follow the Bible exactly how
word for word.
Yeah.
We interpret it and we try and live by the general moral code. You know what I mean? But we don't, like, that's just our preference, and everyone's on a different scale. But what I don't agree with is forcing your beliefs on other people and making people who don't agree with you feel like they're doing something wrong.
No, but it
posting
says
explicit content saying that you're killing a baby if you do this on social media.
And it says like you're a sinner, like you're not a biblical woman. Well, what if I don't want to be a biblical woman? Do you know what I mean?
No, but that's fine. It's not. I think your point is like, no, I can be a biblical woman, or like I can be Catholic
love God
and still
follow God, but still believe that
my body
I'm
is my
pro-choice,
yeah.
And also that I don't believe that we should be catering to men on kissing their toes and they're like begging on their knees. Like,
that's one side of it, right? It's like the forcing your religious beliefs through social media. Do what Fran did and click that unfollow button, because that's like just not necessary to be following people who like force their views on you. You know what I mean? To make you feel bad. But then on the other hand, there's this whole like feminist aspect of it. Like, these people think that they're feminists because they're advocating for like traditional womanhood.
she was saying, let's bring back real feminism. That's not that's anti-feminism.
No, that's literal feminism is what she's saying. Being literally feminine in the household. That's what she's trying to say.
In this generation, that's anti-feminism.
In
saying that
the theory of feminism, that's anti-feminism.
Saying that women need to be at home and bear children and that's their only job, that like really triggered me.
Listen,
Not
I think that
there's a historical woman, black and white, have worked so hard.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying
to get like women's rights and for us to be on a somewhat equal playing field.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you're putting posts saying bring back homemakers and traditionalism and women catering to men.
I think that the point is like you should do whatever you choose to do. Like, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, if you want to do that, if that's a life you choose, that's great. But you should also be able to choose to do the opposite and not feel like you aren't meant to do that. And then like, it's just like, I just don't, I agree. Like, I just think that you should really just go through your social media and see who you surround yourself with, both in person and on your social media accounts, and just get rid of that energy, because like, that's the type of energy and like collective group of people that make, like, in the professional world and just in the world in general, women make it harder for women to achieve certain things at the same pace or at the same caliber as men.
But if I were to, comment on her post saying my views, I feel like it'd be shut down very quickly. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's not like I'm out here on Instagram or social media pushing my views of pro-choice. Oh my God.
No, let me tell. Toronto, no, I was just gonna say this. When I used to go to school, when I used to go to school downtown,
I can't.
Oh my freaking God. There was these protesters.
I was harassed, you know that.
No. Oh my God, it was so bad. I was studying for my exam, like, while I was walking. So I was, like, holding a piece of paper, and, like, I feel somebody tap me on the shoulder. So I turn around. I'm not joking. It was probably half as big as this mattress we're sitting on. A sign of literally Adidas.
Yeah.
And these people were like, this is what you're doing. This is what women are doing. You need to stop this. And I'm just like, yes, of course, that's hard to, like, look at, but imagine the people walking the streets that have actually have had to have abortions for whatever reason. We don't need to know their reason.
Like,
there doesn't need to be a valid, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's whatever their reason was. Imagine them seeing that. Like, you are making people feel like they are bad people. And that they're, it's just...
Those people make it people feel like they've had sex for the wrong reasons. That's what it is. I was walking the street, and usually I never say anything to these people. I'm like, I just ignore them.
You said something?
Yes. Ignore them and go to class. But this guy was up my ass with like these dead fetus posters. Are you pro-choice or pro-life? And I turn around, I'm like, I'm pro-choice, and I keep walking. And I was like, I shouldn't have fucking even opened my mouth. But then I'm like, but why not? You're opening your mouth and following me around. And then he goes, well, don't have sex if you want to get an abortion. And the murderer, don't have sex if you want. I was like, what? First of all, like, that has nothing to do with it. Don't, like, how about the people who've gotten raped, or the people who didn't have a choice but to abort the baby? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, they weren't.
It's like, I didn't want to turn around, like, shut the fuck up. But I just was like, hey, just shut your mouth.
And you also don't know what people go through. Like, let's say the circumstances, it was consensual, okay, and the girl gets pregnant, but the circumstance that they're in, you know, they can't afford it, or they're living in a bad home, they're struggling already.
Too young, like,
you're too young, and they have to abort the child, the baby. They probably already feel like sad. They're probably already dealing with some sort of loss, but like they just physically could not go through with it. So then imagine those types of people seeing these posters and seeing these things and you forcing their views on them. Like, they did the right thing by making a choice with the resources that we're lucky to have in Canada. I think that we're lucky to have in Canada. And then there's people on the street forcing their views.
Anyways, this is why I want to bring this up, just because, again, I feel like it's time to start expressing our opinions and our views, because obviously other people don't have a problem doing it, and not just doing it because I'm like getting back at you, like, you're saying your views, I'm saying mine. But I think it's important to see both sides of the spectrum and not be so close-minded when it comes to things like this and topics like this. And and like, I was honestly offended by these posts. Like, I literally unfollowed her, and I know this person. I've been to events with this person. I was friends with this person at one point. But me and my friend were sending it back and forth, and we're like, how are we aimlessly liking this and not even realizing what we're liking? And then I realized, like, I don't agree at all with what you're saying. Goodbye.
Anyways, I think we just want to encourage people listening to this. Like, yeah, we come on this podcast and we have like funny talks, we talk about random shit, but like, also don't be afraid to voice your opinions on things that could potentially be controversial or that you have an opinion about. If you are or were like us in the past, where we were kind of a little bit hesitant to do so, if somebody is going to correct you on something that you got wrong, just let it happen. Take that constructive criticism. But if someone's going to harass you with their opinion, that's different. Anyways, we're going to do a little bit of heavy batch talk because a lot happened this week. So if you're not into that, peace.
Oh, Chris Harrison, you little troublemaker, you.
Oh,
I've never liked Chris Harrison. I've never been obsessed with him.
Listen, maybe it's because I don't give a F about Chris Harrison.
Maybe it's because I'm like not in the franchise for a while, and I just started last year.
I've watched it a while. I genuinely, when he comes on the screen, I'm like, oh my
God. I don't like. He's annoying. Coming out in the last, this is your last. Like, everyone knows
it's
the last rose.
So annoying.
You don't have to fucking say it 12 times. He just annoys me, and he irks me.
This whole Rachel, we like touched on it last week about
guys,
how
she wins. Like, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Like, you can tell.
No, obviously, and this is what I wrote down in my notes. My theory is, okay, most of you listening to this, if you know The Bachelor, know what happened because you've seen on social media, but basically she attended an antebellum South party. It basically celebrates the days of slavery and like the South back then.
It's like a white privilege party, basically.
Yeah, and it celebrates the days of slavery and yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
My theory is that when they did her initial background check to come on the show or whatever they didn't like catch on to these things, or they either didn't catch on or they didn't care. But I think that they found out about this stuff after the show was already filmed, and the show, as it was airing and being edited, she didn't get much airtime because she wins. Like, let's be real, she wins the show. Everyone knows she wins the show. There's spoilers everywhere. Like, I tried to get away from it, but I can't. And it's obvious the way that they're backing her up that she wins the show. What I think happened is that either while they were filming, Matt's already in love with her, or like after they stopped filming, they found out that she like attended these parties, that her parents were part of these groups that were trying to like get Trump in office, like keep Trump in office and stuff. And they edited the show in a way that she didn't get much airtime, because at this point in the season, and Tayshia's season and all the other seasons, the front runner, like there's like a love story there. There's like a timeline, a streamline.
They have no connection.
They probably do. They
no
probably
connection.
do, but we just haven't seen it, and that's my point. Like, they're kind of they didn't show her as much, maybe because they already found out. And then Chris Harrison defending her is literally the definition of damage control. She wins, and he's defending her, and Matt kind of.
Yeah, like the season's a mess.
Did you watch the interview like I told you to?
No, I didn't.
Can you please just watch it?
I already know what happened. So
no, you need to like watch it. It's so
the
cringy.
Police or something, right?
So Chris Harrison had an interview with like addressing the allegations and rumors against Rachel from Matt's season. It was so cringy the way Chris Harrison was talking. Like, it was actually like, I was actually astounded. I'm like, for someone who like, you think that with all this like kind of progression towards having more Black and Indigenous people of color on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and having leads that are Black, and like, you'd think that he'd be more like aware of, you know, like what is going on. He was defending her. He was like, you need to show her compassion. We need to like understand, like, this was in 2018. Was it wrong in 2018 or is it wrong in 2021? It's wrong in both. It's wrong in 2021. It's wrong in 2018. It's wrong in 1960. It's wrong in 1930. Like, yeah. And he just like looked really fucking bad. I'm sorry. He looked really bad.
In general, I've said it before, the season's just very, like, not good. Like, there's no passion. There's no, like, sexual tension. He cringes me out. They all cringe me out. They're all catty. Peter Piper, needs to leave. Actually, she left. I'm so happy.
Oh my god, she didn't even say bye to him.
That was so, like...
I just think that this season is just so immature. Like,
Kit just got up and left out of the blue, like out of nowhere.
She got through the season enough to, you know, get a good Instagram following and get some sponsorships and deals afterwards. And she was like, okay, you know what? Peace. She's like, I gotta study for some more SATs and finals before I get married. Sorry, Matt. Dipped.
People were like, because she was like, oh, when I'm 26, like, I want to be married. And people were like, it's funny how you think when you're 26 years old, you're gonna have like your life planned out. I get it, because she's my age, so I would probably react the same way. Like, listen, I know you want to get married, but, well, I wouldn't go on there at 21 to begin with, but
I wouldn't. Why would you go on there at 21?
But
like, I want to get married when
unless
I'm 20.
you actually...
No, I'm sorry, that sounds dumb. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, why are you 21 going on the show saying I want to be married when I'm 26 when you know that the show was supposed to end in marriage?
Yeah, like,
where
unless you're ready for marriage at 21, which I know people who are. That's
different.
Fine.
No, that's totally different. If she was ready to get married,
if you're mature enough and ready, then like, okay, go on the show, whatever. But why go on the show and then be like, I want to get married at 26, so I hope you can wait for me then. Like, and Matt knew she was going home. Matt has this distinct face.
But
like,
Matt
has a face when he like sends people home.
Yeah,
when
Janessa was talking, I was like, oh my god. I don't know, man. This season's just like...
I don't like it at all. It sucks. It really sucks.
It's just like too immature. There's no like love. Like in Tayshia's season, like there was like passion with all her final four. Brendan, Ivan, Ben, and Zach. All of them. There was like passion between them. With Matt's just like there. Like he's like a... Like,
yeah. I'm excited for Hometowns next week because Serena C is from Toronto / Markham / Richmond Hill. So I'm excited to see what they do.
The preview, it was a hockey thing.
Yeah,
of
like,
course.
wow.
I think that Fran has a massive crush on Brie.
I think she's so pretty, and her vibe is so chill, and she's like a mature woman of all of them there. And he likes her. You can tell he likes her, but he's like infatuated with Pumpernickel. Like, I'm... he's like... He's... What?
Pumpernickel?
Kirknickel? What's her last name?
Kirkconnell?
Whatever. He's like infatuated with her. Alright, guys. Well, that was our little rant about various topics on this week's app.
Hobo? Oh.
Alright, anyway, Sam's saying random words, so it's time to leave. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode.
Go, if you haven't yet, go check out our new YouTube video on YouTube. I heard that it was coming out.
Anyways, guys.
And also go subscribe.
Yeah. Do all that great stuff. And we'll see you next episode.